Hey, what is up, everybody? Um, hey, what's up, Broadford? Dimitri? Dimitri, I saw you chatting in Terry B's Twitch stream earlier today. I had it on in the background on my Fire TV, but I wasn't in the chat at all when I watch on that. I don't have the chat going. I was working. What's up, Pudgy? Traveling through. I just, hey, Jay Dandy. I actually just did a hard reset on this computer that I stream on down here today, and I realized some of my settings are way off in the streaming software. Let me know, does it look super grainy? I think it's out. YouTube is warning me that I'm putting like a really low resolution stream out. And if it looks really bad, I wouldn't mind resetting it, but I have to disappear for a second to do that, and I can't do it while it's outputting. Doing Having it look super low quality will bother me. Hey, what's up, Malk? What's up, Blackball? Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick, so I'm gonna disappear for 1 second. What's up, LeBron? Oh, the resolution looks fine. I'll leave it then. It's definitely not what it's supposed to be set at, but if it doesn't look bad, I'll just fix it for the next one. Hey, what's up, Farley? Yeah, I haven't watched Malk's Edit yet. I need to do that. I'll probably watch that tomorrow when I eat lunch. Yeah, it's showing up at 480. That's what it was warning me about. So, hey, what's up, Large? Yeah, I hate it. It bothers me that I know it's not going through in the quality it should, but maybe I'll fix it when I play the members video. Rick, you're at the bar watching on your phone. The emojis are a little different. Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I'm just glad it started streaming. I mean, when like, all the little things that I had done to get OBS is the software that pushes the stream to YouTube. I'm like, man, I don't remember all the little things that I had done over the, almost a year of doing this now. So I'm like, I actually wrote down a bunch of the resolution stuff and the output stuff, but then there was a couple pages or just one page that I forgot to click a button on. So, oh, YouTube changed a number of things on here when I look at it. So, yeah. Yeah, it won't let me change it while I'm watching. Oh well. I was looking at the bike pics though before I came on. See if my other, see what else works still. Okay, that works. This didn't work the way it used to. Now it's a display capture instead of a website, but whatever. It seems to be doing the job it's supposed to. What trail is that? How do you pronounce that? That was the Shoe Shoekill River Trail. Nice. And what was this photo? What is this guy, Rick? Am I supposed to recognize what this dude is? Yeah, all the little things on YouTube look a little different. Even the symbols to click on the emoji or send a message. And it also went into dark mode. I don't think I ever turned it into dark mode. It did it automatically, which kind of looks cool. It's your dad. I always try to remember to set the chat to live chat for me, because if I don't, I won't see some of the comments. So if someone who might not be a subscriber or something like that pops in, it might not show it to me. I think I still see most of them, even if I forget to change it, because this channel's not that big. But on a bigger channel, it'll drop out what it thinks are less important comments. So, oh yeah, then Dylan was posting his bike with the 2.2 Renaers with the extra light casings. I actually just got, well, they're still at the bike shop, but a new set of Renaers tires, but mine are the regular casings. Just, well, some of you guys have ridden with the industrial gravel ride know that the extra light casing would probably not be the wisest choice for the trails that I end up hitting quite often. Oh yeah, now I'm trying to remember. You guys went and rode some dirt, so Pudgy and Dylan were out riding some dirt over the weekend. You guys traveled somewhere though, right? Or you drove somewhere a little farther to go ride? Sorry, I am. I would just be honest. I'm a little low energy tonight. Me and Aaron went and saw Nikki Lane up at the Beachland in Cleveland last night, and so it was a late night with a decent number of beers. So I'm just like kind of out of it. Slowly sipping a beer here. How Blackball put his 2013 Cannondale. How big of tires are you able to put on that thing? Oh, some Pana Racers. I think those Gravel Kings. Oh yeah, you guys went to John Bryan State Park. That's right. You thought my low energy was me eating lewds. I feel about that out of it. And I had to do like tedious studio photography all day as well. Like when I say tedious, they're these Amazon, these bags that are sold on Amazon for like packable, foldable, reusable grocery bags. The problem is they want the graphics to look really clear and the handles to stand up. So I actually have found that if I put these really big zip ties through the handles, it gives them some shape. Then I have to hang it from like a coat hanger wire and then stuff it with two pieces of foam core and then stuff like packaging material in between that to get it to look nice and flat. Let's see if I can get my focus back. There we go. And it's just like it's just repetitive and makes for a really long day, and you're just sitting there trying to get it perfect, and then it's photoshopping all the little things out, like the hanger that's holding it up and all that stuff, and then trimming it. So yeah, it was not a day that, at least there was no one around and I'm doing it alone, but it was not a day that was fun work, kind of tired and hungover. But the Beachland is like, I haven't been up there forever, and that is just like the best music venue. It's just so cool. Probably one of the best anywhere. But yeah, we went up early, went in the tavern side, got dinner. There was a local band playing that was pretty awesome. Then went over to the bigger side for the show. Everything about that place is rad. But Rick is saying for those bag straps, liquefying Photoshop is his best friend. Yeah, I definitely use that. Blackball said those tires are 38 Gravel Kings. Actually, I'm glad my Renee Earth tires just came in because I actually have a, I think I have a 38 Gravel King that I was about to put on my rally on the rear just to hold me over until they got here, but they just came in like I think 2 days ago. So I love that. I can't get over the fact, and I'd be interested to hear what Dylan says about the 2.2s, but how like they could make a tire that is so knobby that still feels so good on the road too. So you just get tons of tread out on the road, tons of tread when you're on the more gnarly stuff, and then they're still quiet and feel fast on the road, even though they look like that. They're just. I was saying to Otis at Dirty River, I don't think I'll ever get different tires for my rally. I think I've settled on those being the tires that I want. Yeah, and traveling through, I keep forgetting to comment on your after I watch your video. I do that on YouTube a lot because I watch all, like I said, watch all my videos on the Fire TV, and then I'm like, oh, after this I need to get on my phone and like write a comment. But yeah, the Colorado videos so far have just, it's so awesome. It just looks like that is so cool to ride out there. I would love to do it. Oh, Blackball said he's supposed to be at the Beachland Ballroom in November. I thought they I thought Canada was. I thought the border was open if you proved vaccinations. I didn't look at the date on that, but I thought that was the case. The Beachland, though, Blackball is one of the clubs that has a policy that you have to prove. It's not in effect yet. It goes in effect next week. The Beachland will make you prove vaccination. And also, it wasn't very crowded last night, and I don't know if it's because the show just didn't sell that well, or we were wondering if they did cap the amount of people. All the staff at the Beachland wore masks the whole time. Not very many people in the crowd had. I didn't. I probably going forward might, or if it was more crowded, maybe. But yeah, back. Oh, I was looking at the tires without having them on the screen again. Said I'm kind of out of it. But Dylan's tires, he said, yeah, quiet on the road and they corner really well. We've all commented on that, yeah, how well these tires corner. It's amazing. They really are well designed tires. Yeah, that. So Blackball, you were saying, do you think the show you're going to in November is sold out? But yeah, I don't. The thing that you could ask is if it's sold out because they did put a cap on it. Like maybe it won't be super packed. So. Oh, again, I didn't put the. Really? Oh, that's interesting. So Blackball said it's not open for driving in. We can drive into Canada, but not the other way around. Huh. I'm surprised that. Yeah, I'm surprised that that's what's in effect. I mean, I've obviously no reason to look into if I can come from Canada to the States, but. Oh, Dimitri, you're in Toronto? Did I know that? Yeah, in Toronto, you guys, well, right? Wasn't that one of the worst lockdowns for a really long time? I think I talked about this on the channel before, but I follow photographer, videographer, well, like a videography channel on YouTube, and he actually, him and his family, he's a dual citizen. They actually left the country for a few months because of how bad the lockdown was there. Said I couldn't even go to parks or anything. So, oh man. See what else we got in. Oh yeah, we're. I was gonna go farther back into the bike picks too. I was looking for that fold up bike that Rick scored. Oh, there it is. Whoops, wrong button. $275 used. The best comment on this, who was it? Was it I'll go back and look, but Nick wrote, "Did Rick buy this so he could put that stem on his other bikes?" Oh, Blackball was saying, yeah, the lockdown was the worst. Yeah, everything I heard there, it seemed like, and again, I'm not against like any of the precautions that have gone on, but from everything I heard about what like was going on like around Toronto, it just sounded like overboard. Like I thought it's been kind of proven that outdoor transmission is super rare, and closing down parks and everything like that was pretty nuts. I didn't know Trek made a folding bike. I mean, I guess they make just about everything, but one of my friends is selling. He has a little folding bike that he wants to sell. It's an older one. I'm trying to think of what brand it is, but I was saying to him, I was like, I'd love to try it, but I just really have no use for it. Oh, you love that folding bike? Nice. Dimitri saw a Peloton of Bromptons go by? No way. I watch. I think we might have talked about this before, but Matt Stevens, who used to be on GCN and does other work for Eurosport and stuff now, but when he was it the Tour de France last year, or maybe it would have been 2 years ago, because not during COVID, but he was like riding up like the mountains on his Brompton and riding it like everywhere at each stage he was at. It was pretty cool. D. Klein said the opposite. Like he was like, everyone told me you could ride them just as, they ride really fast and stuff like that. And he was like, he said it was slow AF. So, hey, what's up, Patrick? That got to be the longest seat post, William said. Titanium Bromptons with carbon everything. Yeah, I think we did look at those once. We were looking at the really fancy Bromptons, but what is this one that Mulk just posted? Oh. Otis is actually calling me right now. Louis Vuitton enters the bike game at the low price of $28,000. Can I see it? Oh, there we go. A collaboration with Maison Tembois. The fruits of their labor are portrayed in the video below. A single speed for $28,000. Disc brakes on a single speed. Who buys this stuff? Like, seriously. I mean, I don't even think it looks bad. It looks cool. I mean, this one, I mean, it looks cool, but who's going to buy a $28,000 single speed? Nuts. Yeah, didn't PLP? Malk was saying that the Bromptons are pretty neat. Took me a bit of research to appreciate it. PLP as a fan. Didn't Russ actually like tour on his Brompton or at one point? Rick said about the foldable bike, if you're a mediocre rider like him, it's fine. If you have mad skills, it'll slow you down. Yeah, and that's not the. To me, it doesn't matter even. The point of having one, like you said, is convenience. You could throw it in the back seat of your car. If I was someone who traveled a lot, it would make sense. Or if you drove around, you were like a salesman, it'd be awesome. Just so when you get to a city, you're not always having to rent a bike that's not yours and all that. There's definitely a purpose for them. I just don't have a purpose for one. Oh yeah, Patrick posted that in the Discord that he's looking at that new Ritchie Ascent. I was waiting. I was wondering if anyone. I haven't seen any review videos of it of who I'm subscribed to yet. I was wondering if because Russ at Pathless Pedal usually gets Ritchie's when they put something out. I'd like to see all the specs and details about it. I I know the term boost spacing, but I can't remember what that means. Let's look up the bike. Oh, I'm cutting stuff off on the web page here. Let me see if I could. Okay, everything's. Sorry, I was just checking on my settings too. But oh, Ritchie Outback, but it's been out of stock forever. Trying to catch up on my chat. Rigid mountain bikes are the gravel bikes people should be on. That's what Dylan says. Oh, and Jay Dandy was saying pathless pedaled like the Bromptons to use in combination with mass transit. Yeah, that would make total sense if you were somewhere who commuted by bus and trains and subways. Oh, so Pudgy was saying for the boost spacing, wider hubs and bottom bracket, mountain bike standard. Okay. So what are the? Is this a 26? Oh no. Oh, it says different size. So 27.5, 29. So what? I do like all the mounts. That's definitely cool. Dimitri said he keeps trying to scroll the web page I'm showing. Yeah. Do they just have the spec page? Let's see. Is that what next is? No. Integrated headset. Did it have an integrated headset? Oh, there's a super boost too? Huh. Boost plus. So does that limit your. I assume that limits your wheel options to just stuff that's optimized for that. Then also, I don't even know what a mountain bike. Oh, just a different size for the mountain bike bottom bracket, just a wider bottom bracket, I guess. Does that make the Q factor feel different too? I'd have to guess, right? So everything's clearing, the stays and stuff like that. Oh, I'm looking at the blog page. $1,300. That's not crazy, right? They have an Outback tandem. I like the color, and it looks like it's kind of a matte. It reminds me of its shape looks a lot like that. Is that the Velo Orange Pass Hunter? No, I like that you could still run it two by. Sometimes they bikes now don't even want you to do that. 2.6s. So, huh. Yeah, pretty wide tires you could get on there. When I look at bikes, how they come in small, medium, large, and XL now, it blows my mind that bikes were sold in almost, what, 2 millimeter increments forever. Malk asked if anyone watches Roman Rides channel to see his new carbon gravel bike. I haven't watched his channel. It's popped up in my suggested feed. Dylan said Q Factor isn't too crazy. Yeah, I know. And you said it is more on a fat bike, because that was one of the reasons that Lanky said he got rid of already selling his fat bike, because he just couldn't get used to the Q Factor on there. And Jay Dandy likes all things Richie. I'm not. I've barely ever seen a Ritchie in person. I've watched videos about them, but that's not a bike that I've seen a lot of people that I know have. Yeah, wasn't that? Yeah, uh, don't say custom built details on big production scale. Yeah, I know that's one of the things that Russ from Pathless Pedal was kind of talking that he liked about him, how it almost had like a custom bike feel. What were the other ones you guys were talking about? Frames. Was it mountain? Were those mountain bikes? Oh, they put the Ascent under mountain, huh? What do their road bikes look like? I don't think I've ever looked at their road bikes. Oh, Tumbleweed Stargazer. Huh, this is another brand I wasn't familiar with. So they're considering this a drop bar mountain bike? The line is so blurred. I wonder who makes the decision on what you call drop bar mountain bike and what you call wide tired gravel bike. Like at what point does it? I definitely like the green one. Richie made the first Gary Fisher before it was Gary Fisher. Oh, nice. Tumbleweeds are all about bike packing builds. Let's see if they show some completes on here. Oh, so they only do a couple. Huh. Oh, there's a Rex. Huh. I'll have to follow them on Instagram. I assume they're on there too, right? I like that. That's cool photography with the way the shadow shows the angles of the rack. That's sweet. I mean, it's kind of a cool concept there. Oh, Black Ball has a Richie Swiss cross. Nice. Oh, Dylan, you have one of the tumbleweed racks. Nice. There are so many flies in here. I accidentally left my back door open while I was working on stuff today. They're just getting buzzed like crazy right now. Oh, there's a stargazer loaded up. Yeah, cool stuff for sure. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to do. Oh, I forgot to turn on. I added some more lights over here for when I do anything on my bike, and I forgot to. I took the plug upstairs to use it for something else, and I forgot to hook it back up. Oh well. But I did want to. I did flat on my Trek, and I figured this would be a good chance to change it out while we're hanging out, get it done. Because I have the Akron Coffee Roasters Metric Century ride on Sunday, and I'm riding and photographing that. And I wanted to ride this bike because it's going to be all pavement and bike paths. So ride this instead of my gravel bike. But me and Erin were riding the other night, and I was. She wants to get better at being able to like pull up on the bars and get over curbs and potholes. And I was kind of demonstrating, and then I was saying how I have a hard time getting the back wheel off the ground. Like I'm not very good. I'm just not good at bunny hopping, and so I went over one, and then of course I smashed the rear tire and pinch flatted it. Um, Hot dogging, as Aaron said. So and these brakes need an adjustment too. Oh wow. There's no point. This tire needs to be. This tire's done. I can't see the dimples on it. I didn't realize I'd worn this tire down that much. These are nice tires. I really like them. I don't think they make them anymore. They're Panaracer. Evos. Yeah, been really happy with them on this bike. Yeah. Yeah, I don't probably can't see it, but there's actual. I could see the threads in a couple spots and a lot of. I'm probably almost lucky I pinch flatted because I would not have looked into how much I'd worn down this tire. I just didn't ride this bike that much this summer, as I almost always rode my gravel bike, and I guess I just wasn't paying attention. Huh? Where are my levers? Oh, Pudgy said tumbleweed kind of reminded of an all-terrain breadwinner. I could see that. Yeah, Dylan. Hey, Aaron, this is how it's done. Flat tire. I was close enough to home that I actually just walked home, pushed the bike. I didn't even change it on the road. Oh, nice. Large said they still make these tires, and they got some at the shop that are tan wall. Oh, cool. This bike would look you. I've never minded the black tires on this bike, even though it's vintagey, but I would get the tan wall ones. Come on. Well, I need to stop in to pick up those Renee Hurst tires anyway, so I guess I'll get a new set of tires for this. I wonder how the front is, because I've used the front tire is the first one. I've gone through two rear ones on this bike, but that front one might be pretty worn down too. I'll have to check it out, considering that I've worn two of these out. Oh, Malk said there's a Wicked Trek 540 at Cyclotherapy. Nice. Oh, Obsolescence asked what model this is. This is a 1982 Truck 500. So I don't this I busted the tilt on this cheap tripod. But yeah, there's no need to be looking at the ceiling. See if I, oh, yeah. Leave the hot dog in the Dylan. Yeah, for sure. It's so funny to be talking about that, like, and then literally flat while I'm saying that I can't get the back wheel off the ground enough. Yeah, I know what I did, so it's not like I really need to look at that, but yeah, these got a lot of little nicks. Yeah, I could see the threads right there. Huh. Good time to see what my rim tape looks like. Yeah, obsolescence too. Another confusing thing about truck model numbers is that they've kept them. You know, like Traveling Through has one with this, his the vintage logo and everything, but it's obviously besides the look of the color and paint scheme, it's a modern touring bike. Where this isn't this old 500 isn't even a touring bike. They call it their. I'm trying to think of how they. I've looked it up. I've looked up the original catalog for this bike, and I'm trying to think of what their term was for it, because it sits between the race and touring lines for trucks, whatever early 80s stuff, but still got good brake track on here. I love these wheels. They're off a 2007 Truck 1500, but they're Bontrager and they're just really nice. They've stayed true, and I've had them loaded way down. They're not the lightest thing in the world, but they're definitely not heavy either. They're like just a perfect middle of the road. Oh, this actually has a SRAM cassette on it. Oh yeah, so much for changing the flat, but at least I did notice that. Put the tubeless tape over the rim tape. Oh. This is clearly original because it's got the Bontrager logo, but yeah, I can't get. It's not going to grab that, but nothing looks bad about it. Yeah, take a look at this. Take a look at the front tire. Yeah, I could still see the divots a little bit in the tire tread, but there are a couple pretty serious nicks in this too. I'll probably just replace them both, especially especially if the ones at the shop are tan wall, you know. Yeah, I mean, I probably have 4,000 miles on this front tire. So, yeah, it's got some serious cuts in it. I've ridden this bike on the gravel too on these. I think it's funny they label these as gravel tires. I mean, I wouldn't really consider them gravel tires, even though I ride gravel on them. Oh yeah, traveling throughs is the 520. The only thing flatter than the tire is the show. Can't win them all. Do you have a tire collection, Pudgy? Yeah, this obsolescence asking about the steel tubing on traveling through's Trek 520. This one is Reynolds second tier. It's not 531. It's 501, but it's still butted chromoly. So it's not quite as light, you know, as their race bikes would be. But it's not that. It's definitely not a heavy bike for its age and what it is. Yeah, I think what it is too with most 501 frame sets, the main triangle is butted, but the rear triangles and forks are not. If I, but even with 531, they did that a lot. Some bikes they saved money by, you know, they got to put the 531 sticker on, and but they only use the double butted 531 in the main triangle. That's how my it's that old French race bike my Gitan is. Malk has a tire collection as well. Come on. There it goes. Well, I didn't plan on buying two tire sets this week, but it looks like that's exactly what I'm doing. But these are the two bikes I ride the most, though. So the Raleigh and this Trek by far. This year, the Raleigh by far, just especially with worrying about my back and sciatica sitting a little more upright. And then also just the idea of when I go out riding, I don't have to think about which way I'm going to go on Raleigh. I'm like, yeah, I could just jump on the gravel and go home whenever and your tubes were popping out and you never flatted on that? I need to separate these so I know the good one. Police officers killed baby seals with truck bikes. Yeah, I don't think they were doing. They were in 1982 though. So said I have 3 trucks, but the only one that truck got any money from me for is the mountain bike, because the '07 aluminum race bike was Otis's brother's, and this I got on Craigslist. Also, Rick just bought a truck bike. How? That's that. Oh yeah, I did want to adjust these brakes. Do I feel like messing with that now? Did I run my cable a little too short? I gotta try and pop that thing back up. Yeah, the tripod I use for the streams is literally the first tripod I ever owned, and I still have it. And it's kind of a pile of junk now, but Obsolescence says he's found some truck 540s that are heavy, but the 530 is lighter by a fair amount. I think right with the 500 series, as you get higher in the number, they're becoming touring bikes. So I bet they might be heavier on purpose because they're building them a little stronger for putting a touring load on them. Yeah, I'm sure triple butting cuts down on the weight some, but I mean, you can only make steel tubing so thin. Rick's bike wax baby seals. All right, I'm gonna do the members video right now. Hopefully that all works too. I'll watch the volume here real before I run away, hit the bathroom, and then be right back. I just want to take a quick moment during this break to thank our channel members. Their financial support really does make it possible to do this many live streams and produce this many videos. So thanks a lot. If you're interested in joining, we could drop a link on the screen in the chat right now that you could check out and follow that link and join the channel and get some special perks too. Anyways, thanks to everybody else too for tuning in. I really enjoyed doing this. Check out the merch store and also drop a like on this video. Thanks, every little bit helps. We will be back in a couple minutes.
I wanna tune a boat. Give me to tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat. I want a tuna boat. Give me tuna boat.
Obsolescence was saying on the budding. He said he thinks three butts get heavier but stiffer and less comfortable. I thought I thought triple butting was that there's two levels of thinning the tube, so it's actually even thinner the farther you get towards the center, away from where the lugs are, or the brays, whatever. So I thought triple butting is supposed to be even lighter. So yeah, Pudgy, how do you? I was curious. I mean, like your Bear Claw, obviously, you're running decent sized tires and everything on that, but do you feel a ride quality difference in titanium? I mean, obviously, it's going to be a little lighter than it would be a similar bike made out of steel, but people talk about the titanium ride. When it gets to like a gravel bike, size tires, can you tell that you're riding titanium with the feel? Or anybody else here who rides titanium, I'd be curious. Um, that's another thing. I know Pathless Pedal has talked about that before, but I can't remember what his takeaway from that was. Well, now he's got that full titanium Bear Claw, right, with the tie fork and everything, I think. So I'm sure he'll do some videos about that. But yeah, I think triple butting is a just even more advanced technology to make it lighter than double butted and non-butted. I've noticed. So I run 42s, those Renee Hurst 42s, and some of you guys saw, I took the original steel fork off the Raleigh and put a carbon fork on there, and I can tell with 42s, and I run most of the time I run 40 psi in the back and 35 in the front. This one, even this fork being, it's 2014, this fork's a little over engineered steel fork, so pretty heavy, but I still noticed how much stiffer the carbon fork is, the straight bladed carbon fork. And I've noticed when I'm going over like something like, well, here in town, the Y Bridge that has all these little drainage things, how I would actually still see this moving a little bit, not like I do on my vintage road bikes. And so I've noticed that I have a harsher ride with the carbon fork. And that goes both ways, was what I've been saying. When you're like climbing, I love that feeling of a little stiffer. When you're on the gnarly stuff, I've definitely noticed that the steel fork felt better, but the weight is very noticeable too. Like I said, that's a heavy steel fork, and the difference with the carbon fork is totally noticeable, is how much lighter the bike is in the front, which I usually ride with a front bag now too. So it's kind of I like it in that way. I was rambling while I was waiting to see if anyone chimed in. Dylan said definitely a difference with titanium, but it's most noticeable on high frequency terrain like true gravel riding. All right. Pudgy said on pavement he rides 38C at 70 psi, and he definitely notices the flex and how it moves. Oh, then he said Jason went with a thick seat tube to avoid too much flex. Titanium color paint is cheaper. R plus. What do you have a typo in there, Patrick, or am I not understanding something you're saying? My Y. R plus has some flex that I don't feel in other materials, including steel. I think because on very small bikes, even steel doesn't flex unless you have really thin tubing. Oh, on small bikes, yeah. See, being that most of my steel bikes, like this is probably a 60, I definitely feel the flex. And like I said, when I ride like my Peugeot over like the Y bridge, I'm watching that fork like move. And my one friend Bob Bobick just got an old Soma. What year did he say it was? It's cool vintage Soma, cheaper bike boom bike, but still cool looking. And he was saying that bike flexes so much that when he's putting power through the pedals, that the tire will hit the stays, like, which is crazy. Oh, Wise Cycles. R plus is the bike. Yes, we've talked about that. I totally forgot. Pudgy said the dampening factors are more noticeable over distance. And Dylan said, good point about bike size. Yeah, I guess I'd never thought about that, but for like a steel bike, or, well, I mean, probably any bike, right? Except, carbon with a really advanced layup, you're going to get more flex on a bigger bike. Yeah, of course you would. I mean, just looking at the length of everything on here and like the head tube and the stays. Yeah, they're going to be. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, Dylan said he had an old Soma cross bike, and the first time he loaded it for bike packing, it was terrifying flex. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm surprised I never thought about the flex in a smaller bike, not how it wouldn't be as noticeable, but that's something that just makes total sense. Yeah, yeah, any longer metal is going to be more flexible, unless you do something to beef it up. Pudgy said that's why Jason at Bear Claw did the thicker seat tube, so your pedal stroke doesn't overflex like you see in super light titanium road bikes. It makes sense. Yeah, it seems titanium in general to come back, like, how much more of it I'm seeing lately is interesting. Dimitri asked if anyone has done bike packing on a single speed. I don't know if anyone here in in the chat right now has. I'm trying to think if I know anyone who has. The single speed I build up, I was looking at that, and I have 38s on it. It's got that rack, and I've got some vintage panniers. I'm like, I could I could tour on this thing, but it'd have to be something not climbing because my gear is a little tall. But oh, Dylan said he did it on single speed mountain bike and it sucked. Didn't pick the right trail gearing, the right trail and gearing. Yeah, yeah. Large always rode fixies, but I don't know if he ever attempted a tour on it. So Yeah, I mean, like I could do Ohio most of Ohio to Erie on my single speed. There'd be a couple little climbs that I might be weaving a little bit, but like I was talking about, I mean, I used to tour on this thing, but this year I've been taking the gravel bike with the Zeitgeist bags. It's just way more comfortable for long days on the road. Then again, not limited like in where you go. Even though I didn't intend to do anything off road, we do camp at one campground that's up a steep gravel climb, and it was really nice to this year finally be on the gravel bike for that. So, oh, Malk said he rode over the Continental Divide twice on a single speed karate monkey, and he wouldn't do it again. Yeah. Yeah, I built up that single speed one because I just had all the stuff to build it up. Had that frame, had a bunch of stuff. Otis gave me some bars, and that's like my little towny bike, like riding out to a restaurant or stuff like that. I have ridden it out to Kent, and it's fun. It's fun to cruise around for, yeah, 10, 20 miles, but you know, better for five. Definitely, I don't think I'll probably ever take it on overnighters, but Otis said he was talking to people today who want a sturdy bike to tour, but the tube sets are stiff and they just feel bumpy and slow for just a bike ride. So you mean when they're unloaded, uh, Otis, they're too stiff? Oh man, visiting a friend in BC. Yeah, that would single speed would be a that'd be a long ride on a single speed. Yeah, that's it, Patrick. I guess I could see I could do like towpath overnighters on my single speed, and it'd be comfortable too because it's so upright. But I bet that bike would handle really poorly with too much weight on the back. Being an old, you know, 10 speed road bike style bike, what the frame is, I bet it would be. I bet it'd get really twitchy in the front. This one does too. Oh, Pudgy said he heard some industrial gravel knots are heading to Connecticut. Yeah, me and Brad and Aaron signed up for Nutmeg in Connecticut. Ronnie Romance's gravel ride. I don't. I meant to text Large today because I don't know if he signed up or not. Like, Malk went Kenosha Pass over to Breckenridge, single track. Wow, on a single speed. Yeah, I was thinking. I'm thinking about Otis's comment about the tube sets feeling bumpy and slow. I wonder what size tires, like what kind of what they were looking at. Oh, Large said he hadn't yet. He's waiting for payday. So yeah, I'm excited for that. What there's Nutmeg will be. He said there's going to be 6 different routes. I'm going to be curious to see what the routes look like, and then I lost my train of thought because I got a text message. Oh yeah, nutmeg. Yeah, with the camping and yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. And but yeah, I'm really going to be curious to see how crazy the routes get. And I'm saying I almost hope they're kind of maybe a couple of them will be loops that build on each other. So, if you want to, you know, opt out of a farther loop after you've had a long day or something like that. Money gives you wings. Yeah, nutmeg's not cheap this year. It's 160 bucks, but I mean that's also includes camping and so I'm wondering, Pudgy, how big of a deal it's going to be. It just seems like a lot of that stuff, is taken off. Obviously gravel and bike packing, everything gets bigger, and ultra dynamico and all that stuff. So Otis, no planning to find that zest. You need flex in the frame or flex in the tires or both. Yeah, that was the. I've talked about it too. That's why I have my other Trek. I use it on the trainer now. I rode it a lot. I put a lot of miles on it on the road, but only being able to clear 28s on an older aluminum frame, it just made for a harsh ride. I mean, like it was fun to climb on it. I've got some really fast times on this bike, but the way I ride anymore, I was like, yeah, an aluminum bike with 28 millimeter tires, and especially like I said, I think there's been some advancements with what they do with aluminum now, but yeah, this was a tough ride. Oh, Malk, you said that was 15 years ago when you single speeded it. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, everything's won by now. Do you think like doubles or triples will ever make a comeback? Yeah, this has a triple on it. That's why why it's more limited cog in the back because triple up front. But I like it on the for this bike. It's perfect because I'll ride this bike totally unloaded and ride it really fast. And then I've done tours on it where we've ended up climbing hills where I was really glad to have that triple there. So yeah, for what this bike is, it works well for me. But Pudgy said about nutmeg. Hard to say. This year's just a totally different vibe, but he thinks it'll still be a bike packing rando core. The racers will get confused. Yeah, I no, I'm hoping. Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people who are into racing are going to show up to it. Oh yeah, Rick, did you just watch that pathless pedaled video with the bamboo bike bars or flat bars? Those things are crazy, man. When he showed pushing down on them, how much flex are in those bars? I think they make total sense for the right kind of bike or the right kind of rider. I just I don't want gravel flat bars. That's not my cup of tea. But I'm not against that idea of having that flex look kind of cool. What was that company is called Pashier. See if I could get that right. Yep, close. See ya, Dimitri. Thanks for joining. Pudgy, you said you got Ashton Lambie on board if he doesn't have Worlds around that time. What is this pricing? Why does it say NZ? New Zealand? Is that where the company's from? What's that in American? Hey, is this a Flash website? Jeez. See if we could do this conversion. I'm curious to what these cost. See if it brings up a conversion chart. $1 to 69 cents. So wow, they're not cheap. $243. Oh, Pudgy, you were saying he wants to ride it bad. Ashton Lambie, just super busy. Well, I can imagine how busy he is now. Oh, I was going to pull this up too. I can't find it. I had something else to show, but I can't find where I have clicked on so many things tonight. I can't find where it is. Yeah, guys, I'm going to call it an early one. As you can see, I'm exhausted. Can't keep a train of thought. Plus, I have a photo shoot early here at the studio tomorrow, and I'm actually going to get it set up tonight so I don't have to think about it in the morning. Taking some portraits here. So, yeah, call it an early one tonight. I do plan to live stream on Tuesday, for sure, and possibly Tuesday and Thursday next week. Like I said, with it getting darker earlier, probably get back to doing 2 streams a week, at least sometimes. So, yep. Gonna get the studio set up, finish this beer, and then head to bed on the early time. On, on the early side. See, that's why I got ended. All right, Matt, guys. Thanks for everyone hanging out and stopping by, and I will see you later.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this time.
Fitzwater photo.